Zen garden, or Japanese rock garden, is a mini-stylized landscape created by carefully arranging tiny rocks, gravel, sand, water features, moss, pruned trees, and bushes. These arrangements usually look like rippled water. To understand the evolution of the Zen garden, one must first look back to the 5th century, where Chinese Taoism started to make an imprint on Japanese art. It is an ancient Taoist belief that somewhere in the ocean there are 3 or 5 islands where immortals, or godly beings, live. One day, a fisherman named Urashima Taro saved the life of a sea turtle, and in return, the turtle brought the fisherman to the immortal islands. There, Urashima married a princess on the island and became immortal himself. Eventually, however, he became homesick and returned to his old village. However, once leaving the immortal island, he became mortal again and soon grew old and died. The Taoist immortal islands had not only inspired storytellers, but also garden creators in Japan from the 5th to 8th century, so much that the word for garden in those days was shima, meaning island today. A typical Japanese garden in this period would usually comprise a large pond surrounded by lush trees. In the middle of the pond floated at least one island, or sometimes just a big mountain-like rock, symbolizing the land of unfading youth and eternal life, as appeared in the tale of Urashima Taro. In Japan, these Zen gardens are called karasansui and are written like this, where the first character means dry, the second character means mountain, and the last character means water. Japan is a country that had great and significant impacts from Chinese influence, along with Korea and Vietnam. Even though China never successfully invaded or conquered Japan, Japan voluntarily borrowed from China things such as language, culture, religion, and political institutional systems, and mixed it with their own, which let them remain Japanese but with Chinese influence. One of the important impacts from borrowing Chinese and mixing it with Japanese was the writing system. Japanese writing system was 3 kinds of characters: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. Hiragana is usually used for Japanese origin words that don't have kanji, and grammatical elements or particles. Katakana is always used for words of foreign origin and sounds. Kanji is used for verbs, adjectives, nouns, etc. These kanji words usually end with hiragana characters. Kanji are the Chinese characters, and in Japanese writing system, they are written with the same meaning in the Chinese language. Even when using kanji, Japanese language stayed distinctive from Chinese by having completely different pronunciation. The earliest Zen gardens in Japan existed at least since the Heian period, 794. Zen Buddhism was introduced into Japan during the end of the 12th century, which achieved a large amount of followers. Classical Zen gardens were largely copies of Chinese gardens from the Song dynasty. These Zen gardens were created at the temples of Zen Buddhism during the Muromachi period. By the 14th and 15th century in Kyoto, a new kind of Zen garden appeared at the important Zen temples. This new version of Zen garden was intended to promote relaxation, stress relief, and most importantly, meditation. Today, Zen gardens can be found all over the world, not in the large-scale form as they were traditionally, but also in smaller-scale forms in many houses. Zen gardens is a practice not only unique to Buddhism today, but to many as a form of stress relief, calm, and meditation. The journey of the Zen garden through history is truly remarkable.